From the 1011 Now streaming studio, this is The Night Beat, sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Lincoln.
Good evening, I'm Danielle Shenk with your headlines for Thursday, August 14th. A case that gripped Lincoln for years has finally reached its conclusion with a life sentence for 28-year-old Joseph Barraza. In May 2021, 23-year-old Carly Schaaf was drugged, raped, and killed, her body found at Pawnee Lake. Barraza, convicted in June of first-degree murder and sexual assault, was sentenced to life in prison plus 120 to 150 years with no possibility of parole. During sentencing, he asked the judge for leniency for his brother, 20-year-old Danielle Barraza, who faces an accessory charge after testifying against him.
My co-defendant, Danielle Barraza, is not a willing participant in this case. His involvement was forced. So I hope you take his forced involvement into consideration at the sentencing.
No one would need salvation if Mr. Barraza hadn't selfishly involved others in the cover-up of his depraved sexual desires.
You didn't just kill Carly Marie Schaaf. You shattered our family. You created a ripple pain of trauma, and we're still struggling to live with it for the rest of our lives.
As for the others in this case, Danielle Barraza had a bond reduction denied earlier this week and returns to court Monday. 29-year-old Rachel Pogler, also charged with helping dump Schaaf's body, is set to be sentenced in October. Another Lincoln man will spend 14 to 19 years in prison for sexually assaulting two underage girls in 2023. 19-year-old Muhammad Aburis, who was 17 at the time, was convicted of intentional child abuse and attempted first-degree sexual assault after a plea deal dropped a child porn charge. DNA evidence linked him to the crimes. Meanwhile, 38-year-old Franwell Castillo, who abused a young girl over a decade, faces 24 years to life. Police say the abuse began when the victim was 7. Castillo was found guilty of first-degree sexual assault of a child, possession of child porn, and other sex crimes. He will be sentenced next month. A 17-year-old reported the abuse in April 2024, and Castillo recorded at least one instance on his phone. A federal judge has ordered the release of a woman detained after June's ICE raids at an Omaha food processing plant once she posts bond. Court records show she must repost a $15,000 bond despite having paid it shortly after her detention. She remained at the Lincoln County Detention Center while her case progressed. Last month, Department of Homeland Security officials confirmed she was neither a danger to the community nor a flight risk. She is currently held on civil immigration charges. Switching gears now, amid a $20 million budget shortfall, the University of Nebraska approved a major pay raise for President Dr. Jeffrey Gold. At a Board of Regents meeting, Gold received a nearly $160,000 performance-based raise, bringing his annual salary to over $1.22 million, making him the sixth highest paid position in the university system. The vote passed 10-2, with Regents Jim Scheer and Kathy Wilmot opposed. Gold's contract allows for a salary reduction if the board determines across-the-board reductions for all administrative staff are warranted due to budget constraints. The raise comes as the university cuts several majors and offers severance packages to staff to help close the deficit. And funding challenges are forcing Madonna Rehabilitation Hospital to close its Child Development Center in Lincoln, cutting 30 of its 2,000 employees. The daycare near 52nd Street and Normal Boulevard could care for up to 125 children, though enrollment numbers are unclear. The hospital cites rising childcare costs and limited government reimbursements as reasons for the closure. Impacted staff will receive severance, continued benefits, and job placement support. Now an update on the 46-acre grass fire in Banner County. As of last night, it's 95% contained. The fire started Sunday night after a lightning strike. More than a dozen agencies responded, and the landowner will continue monitoring the area. Lastly, in lighter news, Lincoln has begun construction on the 98th Street water main, part of the Water 2.0 project that will eventually connect to the Missouri River. Two crews are working simultaneously, one from 87th and Holdridge heading east, the other from 98th and Alvo heading south, to meet at 98th and Adams, where the larger pipeline will connect. The mayor called it one of the most consequential infrastructure projects in Lincoln's history. Officials hope to complete the project by next summer. Rounding out your night beat is a check of the 7-day forecast.
You've been listening to The Night Beat, sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Lincoln. Watch, listen, and stream on the 1011 app on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.